How do you like the tree? How do you like the painting? And what do you think about me being in between it? Okay, so question that came up. I'm gonna make this video and then I'm gonna make a confusing video afterwards. Probably all of my videos are a bit confusing. Question that came up, talking about low, slow, deep breathing. What is the perfect number to breathe? Now, there might be 1,000 techniques that people use in the yoga world, in the performance world, box breathing. Like, there are so many things, spiritual practices, whatever it may be. So it's probably the same thing with anything else. How long should you make a tea? 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. And there might be different reasons what to do for what. The oxygen advantage, I'm saying all of that for you to stay open-minded. The oxygen advantage recommends to go for an enhanced CO2 tolerance. And in order to become more tolerant towards CO2, you have to produce CO2. Carbon dioxide is a gas that helps for oxygen to be delivered to the blood and to the muscle tissues and to enhance the oxygenation of your brain. In order for have more oxygen in your blood and in your brain and in your muscles, you need to have the ability to accumulate CO2 in your lungs. How do you do that? Through longer exhalations and by holding your breath after an exhalation. What I want to, or what I intend for you to do, if you're a fighter, I need your CO2 tolerance to be super high. Why? So that you can fight without falling out of breath. And so that you know exactly what you can do and have to do in which situations. This is going to be a long-term relationship in between you and me. Again, if you want me to work with you one-on-one, you just shoot me a message and we do that. But for now, just stick to the YouTube channel. In order or for you to enhance your CO2 tolerance, you need to slow down your exhalations through the nose. Now, if you're practicing this by yourself, you'll probably need more time to expand the ribs, to expand the volume in your lungs, to expand the time in which you allow the quality of the air to move your ribs and breathing organs. And then it's going to take more time than 6 seconds for you to exhale. That's absolutely fine. But if we are speaking about daily life situations whilst being at rest, it's great if we start to incorporate the pattern of you exhaling very slow. Slower than you have been breathing so far. This is why I don't recommend box breathing for fighters. It's because if we do box breathing, we save the pattern of us holding our breath after inhalation. And that's not the best that you can do for fighting, because if you hold your breath after inhalation as a pattern without intending it, it can throw you out of balance because it's tensing your spine, it's tensing your ribs. If you don't intend it, it might not be a pattern that you want to program for your fighting. You want to be able to stay smooth, flexible, mentally, but also physically, capable to adjust yourself, but also to be able to adapt to your opponent. So in order to create a pattern that is useful for your fights, we want to practice 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out on a daily practice. In rest situations, like for example, me now speaking, it's not the most restful thing because I'm losing a lot of CO2 whilst breathing out of my mouth while speaking. But if you are cooking, if you are cleaning up, if you're watching a movie, go for 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. Now, it's not just about the 4 seconds and the 6 seconds. It's about how the volume expands throughout the time that you're using. So the box breathing, for example, just speaks about the time but doesn't speak about the volume. You can expand the volume in different quality ways. We're going to speak more about that in other moments on the YouTube channel. But for now, it's volume, time, and quality. 4 in, 6 out. 4 in, 6 out. If you want to do it longer, you do it longer. Just as a reference, 4 in, 6 out are 10 seconds in total. 10 seconds multiplied with 6 are 60 seconds, which means that for 60 seconds, which is 1 minute, we have 6 breaths who are made up of 4 seconds inhalation, 6 seconds exhalation. 4 plus 6, 6 times means 1 minute, incorporates and includes 6 breaths. 6 breaths per minute is what is supposed to be the optimal time if you construct it with nice volume and the expansion of a quality, a movement quality within that feels attuned to your personality. That is supposed to be what chemically brings your brain chemistry and your physical chemistry into balance. And in every movement in your body and in your thinking and in your mind and in your motion and in your existence starts with your breathing pattern. So if you change your breath to 4 to 6 per minute as baseline, you're going to make a lot of changes and progress in your fighting. This is going to create life because probably you've been doing something totally different, hyperventilating with Wim Hof or whatever before your fights, or doing box breathing before the fights or before the training. The reason why I don't recommend to do that is because, as I said, as a fighter, you need to have a high CO2 tolerance. If you're doing exercises that are supposed to help but decrease your CO2 tolerance, you're going to feel out of breath, slightly like this, and also slightly out of focus. And you're going to wonder, like me, when I want to lose weight, if I'm eating all the time sugar, carbs, fat, why am I not losing weight? If the sugar, carbs, and fat feel so fucking damn good. With food, it's a bit more logical. Bless my life. I love sugar, carbs, fat. But with breathing, it's a bit difficult to understand. Wim Hof, why is that not helpful for my for my CO2 tolerance? And why does the oxygen advantage say the opposite? The oxygen advantage teaches the opposite to Wim Hof because it's another approach with another goal. If you want to do breath work, do Wim Hof. If you want to be spiritually, mentally, physically, and anatomically and technically attuned to the best possible level that you want to be able to achieve with your body, your mind, and your sport, in your sport and fighting, I recommend to do the oxygen advantage because it's aligned to functional breathing. This is not necessarily doing the same than the oxygen advantage. So Wim Hof and stuff, they have other goals with your body. My goal with the oxygen advantage is to create a functional breathing for functional strength, for functional goals, for functional wins. Winning in a functional manner. Not winning dysfunctionally. Leading a relationship to your body and your goals in a functional manner. 4 in, 6 out. Nasal only. 6 breaths per minute. Okay, next thing, how long should the breath holds be? For you to be able to do this on a long-term basis, start with 3 seconds, go 5 seconds breath holds after an exhalation. Continue with 10, maybe go with 15. Now, you and me, we have the rule for the state of development that we are building. You and me, we have the goal to just go for 10, 15, 20 seconds, whatever feels good. I'm going to move you towards what doesn't feel good. Believe me, I'm going to kill you soon. But for now, daily practice so that we can stay constantly in a development that feels good and not overwhelming. 3 to 15 seconds breath hold after the exhalation. You can also do breath holds after exhalation whenever you want. You can practice 2 different things. You can practice to go for 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out whenever you want, and then you breathe normally again, and then you hold your breath after exhalation. Normal again, and then you hold your breath. If you want to go very hard, and that's going to increase your CO2 tolerance when you feel really good and very stable emotionally, mentally, and physically, You can go for 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out, 10 to 5, 15 to 10, 20 to 10 seconds breath hold. The slower your exhale, the harder it becomes to hold your breath. If you want to make it easy, you breathe normally and then hold your breath. If you want to make it harder, you do 4 and 6 and then hold your breath. Easy, hard. Longer exhalations, harder. Shorter exhalations, easier. I'm not sure if the way I explain it is too chaotic. Maybe I should be a bit more calm. But it's easy. I'm gonna make another video now where I give you the freedom to play around and give you a bit more food for thought. And then the third video that I explain, that I'm gonna upload either tomorrow or tonight, is going to be only about the exercise. Today, 4-6, do whatever you want with the breath holds. Make it harder, hold your exhalation longer. Make it easier, hold your exhalation like a normal exhale. The video that I'm going to build up now, afterwards, is going to speak about your independent thinking and your independent playground when it comes to your breath. Having the balls to trust yourself. The third video that I'm going to upload now, tonight or tomorrow, is going to be about you doing exactly what I'm telling you to feel absolutely safe in my presence. Guys, it was lovely to meet you. Keep fighting.